Hey guys, it's Chris Mincola with the Mincola Group over at West USA Realty. Hope you guys had a great holiday season. Happy New Year to you. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to jump right into some exciting info. I'm going to share my screen here with you so we can get through this. Broad-based home price appreciation. This is going to be our weekly market update. We like to do these because market shifts, and usually it's about a 2-month period for any market shift to happen. And we want to show you what's going on weekly because it's important to be ahead of the trends and where things are going. Now, anything could change. I'm not your economist, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can look at the data and we can make some fair assumptions. Everybody understands supply and demand and how that works. And that's a big part of this and what drives it. So, what I would just want to kind of jump to is right here. Falling mortgage rates have sparked a surge in interest as evidenced by higher number of lockbox openings. Now, this is an insider street level insight to the idea that there's more lockbox openings, and this is tracked through our systems that we use and the MLS and stuff. Without getting into all those details and what we do, basically we can track that, and the National Association of Realtors chief economist is tracking this and saying, this has led to mortgage rates going down, has led to more lockbox openings. And we told you this was going to happen, right? January hits, it's a seasonal thing too, but mortgage rates certainly helping it. And the rates went down during the holidays, and we still saw some good numbers. Okay, we're going to see a lot more of that. We should see rates trend down. Anything can happen, but we should see rates trend down. We had one crazy person at the Fed that went nuts and said, "Oh, we're you never know. We could see this or that." And it's like, let's live in reality. We know a lot of you are living in the 70s, and what happened then, and it's totally different than now. And we also know that many of them are not really economists, unfortunately. So, or housing experts. So anyway, we've got a lot of attorneys doing things that attorneys maybe shouldn't be doing. Let's do attorneying. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents in fun for the day. All right. So this is an insider thing. We're also seeing multiple offer situations, guys, in the last week or two. And we really have been throughout this entire period, as long as the home is priced correctly and it's ready to go. Most home buyers are going to be very picky today, understandably, because of the prices going up, but more importantly, the spike in interest rates, thanks to the Feds throwing a wrench in everything unnecessarily and being late to the party. But we are where we are. So, Lawrence Yun, also the chief economist, says you're saving about $300 a month. We've seen people saving up to $400 a month, from good to great credit, with mortgage brokers because they shop the best rates and deal with wholesale lending. So just FYI there. So that's some insider knowledge, guys. Those are good indicators of a healthy market nationwide. And we're seeing the same thing here in Phoenix. Now, a couple of things that are floating around out there, we're going to see a surge in inventory, and we're going to see prices go down. This is what some people in the industry are saying. Part of that that's making them say that is they're saying we're going to see this silver tsunami. Guys, I've been hearing about a silver tsunami for at least 8-9 years. Okay, I've also been hearing about a housing crash since back in 2008, and since I, got in the business about 11 years ago. So guys, but frankly, if the prices went down, that would just create more business. Okay. So people say your realtors just want the prices to go up. Well, I mean, if it went down, it would only, so, one of the things I would point out too right now, a tip: don't buy investment properties for Airbnb unless anything changes. The reason why I say that is California, some other states are bringing in not only the more regulations because people are not liking the Airbnbs and stuff near their homes, but they're also bringing in these higher taxes and regulation costs for Airbnbs. I think in California, it's around 15% or more on new taxes and stuff that are coming in. So if I were advising somebody, I'd say, let's keep an eye on that before you do it. or unload the ones you have, maybe if that's what you're doing with them, or just use them for long-term rentals. Okay. Where I would put my money, and this is pretty much always a safe bet, I would say, even more than single family properties, is multifamily properties, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, apartment complexes. Now, we don't have a ton of, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes in the Phoenix area. Wish we had more, but there are enough to go out there and get a cash flow opportunity for long-term investment to really, crush it. So that's just an idea. If you want any more info on that, I also have access to on MLS off market multifamily properties that are available out there. All right, let's get back to the shared screen. All right, just wanted to throw that in there. U.S. home prices accelerate at their fastest annual rates of the year in October. So this is great. I'll get into the numbers for Phoenix here in a minute. But this is a great number. The prices were also 4.8% higher than October of last year. That's for the whole country. Okay. So all good indicators, prices going up, healthy market. That 4.8 is higher than the usual national average. I mean, nationally, normally we're seeing about 2.5, maybe 3% over the history of equity gains across the country. A lot of this has to do with low inventory, so we're seeing a little bit higher increases. Phoenix area, I want to talk about that in just a second. But the continuing unemployment claims hit a 2-year high. That also plays into the idea of what the Fed is trying to do, which is crazy and destroy, demand destruction. So they want to see people lose their jobs and go on unemployment, which is crazy. People don't have to lose their jobs for the unemployment to be down and have put us in a bad spot, since you were late to the party there, Fed. But anyway, we are at total active inventory. This is not what's under contract, just what's active, ready to go now is a little over 15,000, 15,134. Going right into the Cromford Market Index from 90 to 110 is a balanced market, guys, on their index. Below 90 is a buyer's market. Above 110 is a seller's market. Right now, we are at 110, which is about 5% increase from last week. So that's moving towards, it's still balanced technically at 110, but we're moving towards a seller's market. Okay. Just a couple of days ago, it was like at 108. So demand is up a little bit by over 1%, and supply is actually down, which is normal this time of year, holidays. Supply is actually down a little over 1%. Mortgage rates 6.75%, kind of flat. They got down to 6.61. Again, we had the crazy person and a little bit of volatility in the markets, but we had the crazy person at the Fed that didn't help. And we see the 10-year Treasury, which our life revolves around as far as mortgage rates and all these different things and the economy. Typically when this is at 4%, this should mean that the mortgage rate is actually about around 2 points higher. So we should be at 6 right now. Why aren't we? Well, the Fed and their crazy statements that they make, okay, and then that doesn't help. And then we had, them increasing the rates so much so fast. Plus we had the volatility with the banks and a couple of credit rating decreases for the U.S. federal credit report, basically. And what happens when your credit goes down? You don't get as good pricing on your debt. So that's all that in a nutshell there. Moving on to the Cromford Market Index and the Cromford Report and what they're giving us for numbers. So first of all, 2023 ended at $284.19 for 6.4% increase, which was higher than 2022 At the end of 2022, you were at $267.14 per square foot. Per square foot. That's per square foot. So it's an increase per square foot of 6.4%. Okay. Gives you kind of an indicator how you figure, comparable sales and all that. Again, just general numbers, but that shows quite a good equity gain even with the insane mortgage rates that we were dealing with. Okay, we were at 8, we're in the mid sixes or high sixes right now, or mid, depending on the day, and then we should be, we were up over 9% inflation rate. Now right around 3%. So, I mean, we're going to see more, rate drops for the Fed's fund rate, which has an indirect impact because of the Treasury on the mortgage rate and all that. And the Treasury, will then impact the mortgage rate. So we should see a big decrease start around March when they have their Fed meeting, which should be people are going around probably looking for about 75 basis points. They could really do that now, but it's just crazy that, we got to wait for all this stuff. They're very slow to things. A lot of people living in the 70s there. Okay. And you got a lot of non-economists. You've got attorneys and such trying to be economists down there at the Fed. So for the cities proper in the greater Phoenix area in Maricopa County, we have let's see, 2% increase overall on the Cromford Market Index. 13 cities are trending up, meaning towards a seller's market. Okay, 13 of the 17 cities they track. And so just to give you a quick idea here, we saw the biggest decrease, Paradise Valley, at 17% decrease. And the highest increase was actually Goodyear at 11%. All right. Now, if we look at Maricopa City, Buckeye, Queen Creek, Cave Creek, Surprise, let's see, Paradise Valley, Goodyear, I'm sorry, Cave Creek, Queen Creek, Buckeye, Maricopa City, those are buyers markets. Okay. And then we have in the balanced market, Surprise, Paradise Valley, Goodyear, Peoria, Tempe, those are all in a balanced market. Okay. Or neutral between buyers and sellers. And then Avondale, Mesa, Scottsdale, Phoenix proper, Glendale, Gilbert, Fountain Hills, and Chandler, top of the list, are all in a seller market according to the Cromford Market Index. The cities that are on the downswing, so the rest are in an upswing. Cities on a downswing are Tempe by -5. Said Paradise Valley earlier, and Cave Creek is down -4, and Maricopa City is down 8. Okay. So it kind of gives you an idea where buyers and sellers have a little bit of an advantage. If you have any questions at all about what it looks like for you to buy or sell right now in your particular area, one of the things that we do too, even for buyers as well as sellers, is we proactively help people sell homes, but we also proactively help people buy homes. So if we know specifically what kind of home you want, what your budget is, okay, and we can go over that with you, and then we know what neighborhood you'd like to be in, we could proactively reach out to people in those subdivisions, through different forms that we have of on systems we have, and we can figure out, who might be looking to sell, and maybe we can get a deal done a little bit quicker for you, a little bit easier without the competition, because we are seeing multiple offer situations, guys. And as we go into the busy season, rates probably going to drop and all that. We're going to see a pretty crazy market. I'm predicting, we had a price per square foot of 6.4. I'm predicting, let's look at I'm thinking about a 10, maybe 15% increase in equity gains in 2024 for the greater Phoenix area. Okay. Nationwide, I'm gonna throw out probably oh, at least 7, 8. Okay. So, guys, if you have any questions at all, please reach out. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I can only go by the data, but this is what I see. These are my opinions based on our professional expertise and experience and what the data is showing us. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you have at all about buying or selling properties. Even if it's just general questions, we're happy to help. Talk to you guys soon. Happy New Year.